General, I want you, the Major General, and Lieutenant General to bring Takuho back under your control immediately. Rescue the soldiers at the castle, including Shoko, the chief of the town.
Yes, sir. However...
I don't anticipate there being a battle. They should give themselves up once they see the dragon flag.
Yes, sir.
Are you completely sure about that, sir?
What if, by chance, Her Majesty is...
Even if a heated battle should break out before Her Majesty, she would more than likely just cower or run away.
Your Majesty.
I see. The townspeople still won't take up arms.
We have a force of 5,000 men. Even against the provincial army, we could still win. But that doesn't mean anything to them.
I wish it were possible for us to hold out here for 3 days and wait until Gaho is brought down by the other forces. But we cannot let them take the townspeople hostage.
I understand.
You know, in some ways, I can kind of understand how the townspeople must be feeling. I mean, for example, the lady that I once served under was always very oppressive and mean to her servants. When I think about it now, we should have at least done something to stand up to her. But none of us ever dared to get her angry, so we didn't say anything about how we were feeling. It seems like when you just keep your mouth shut and endure everything, you become sort of a coward. When I look back now, I'm sure Lady Rio would have never killed me. But I thought if I resisted, that things would somehow become worse.
That may be true, but it's hard to tell sometimes.
But as you continue to put up with it, your self-pity begins to grow and you just sit there feeling sorry for yourself. That's how the citizens are feeling now, and they're not going to wake up until someone important to them gets killed.
Then the others will say it was their own fault for making Shoko angry with them in the first place. People try to compete with how unfortunate they are. But the truth is, the ones that lose their lives are the most unfortunate. They feel as if they've lost, if they pity someone else. Maybe feeling like the most unfortunate person in the world gives you the very same pleasure as you would get when you're the happiest person in the world. And when someone threatens the life that you're used to, it upsets you and makes you angry. You don't understand why they do such a thing when you're already so unhappy.
Yoshi?
I suppose in a way, the three of us are all in the same boat together.
You feel that way too?
Happiness can seem so simple, yet at the very same time be quite difficult. That's the way that I feel.
You know, I was once told that life is made up of two very different parts. One half is happiness and the other half is hardship.
So many lives have been sacrificed. I hope that Queen Kay has noticed it by now.
It would mean a lot to everyone if she hears about this rebellion, then stops those like Shoko and Gaho from tyrannizing the people, once and for all. Actually, the only reason I traveled to Kay was to meet the Queen. And Shoke did the very same thing, too.
Just to meet her? But why?
Because we're about the same age as she is.
Not to mention she's a Kaikyaku just like me. See, I thought she would be able to save me from the misery I was going through after I got to this world.
I had a different reason. I completely hated Queen Kay. After I was driven away from the royal palace, I heard that some young girl had become the queen. I know I was taking it out on her, but I just couldn't accept it. If I hadn't met Rakashun, I'd still be hating her to this very day.
Rakashun?
He was very kind, and I'm grateful I got to meet him. If Queen Kay is his friend, well then I'm sure she's a good person.
I am the queen.
What are you talking about?
I have to be honest, I'm the Queen of Kay. This must sound ridiculous, and I'm sure it's quite hard for either of you to believe. But after listening carefully to what the both of you had to say, I had to tell you.
That's the reason the Kaikyoku said.
Please save Queen Kay. You've gotta save Yoko. Please.
I didn't fully understand what he meant then. But if you're really the Queen of Kay, known as Sekishi,
Wasn't Asano calling you Yoko?
Because that is my real name. The ministers gave me the name Sekishi because of the color of my hair.
I even went all the way to Kinpa Palace.
Huh?
But Queen Kay wasn't there. They said she was an N, but something wasn't right.
I was learning everything I could about this world from a very wise man named Enho.
Did you say Enho? The abducted teacher of Shojoku?
Enho was abducted from the Rike by Shoko and his men under the direct order of Gaho. I've been doing everything I can to rescue him, and that's how I ended up here.
What I don't get is that if you really are the Queen of Kay, then why don't you just dismiss Shoko and Gaho? That way you wouldn't have to be doing all this.
The ministers have no faith in me right now. Keiki was even asked to submit additional proof to them in order to convince them to remove Shoko from the position of the town chief. I don't think I have any real power.
That can't be true.
It is true. Even if I went back to the royal palace and assembled a conference, I wouldn't know that I'd be able to mobilize the royal army. Not to mention that during the time it would take me to go and do that, Enho could be killed. Recently, a young girl that's very close to the same age as we are was killed at the Rike. Her little brother is still on his deathbed. Even in this town, a little boy was killed for no reason. I wanted to save them, but
If you'd gotten there in time, do you think you'd have been able to save him?
I would have certainly tried. It's a life of another human being.
But what if those people hadn't been injured to such a serious degree? What if Shoko wasn't the one responsible for it?
Would you have just left them for dead, Shoke?
You're probably right.
I feel like nothing more than a useless queen. I was unaware that so many innocent people were being killed, taxed so heavily, and forced into hard labor. I know it might sound selfish of me because I was only thinking about trying to save the people who were suffering right there in front of me. But even if I'd saved KK or the young boy, it's likely that there were other children dying somewhere else in the province. So I decided if all I could do was save someone who was in trouble in front of me, then that's what I wanted to do. I suppose I've been a pathetic ruler. Please forgive me.
Hey, Suzu.
I've been so foolish.
Suzu.
It's my own fault. I believed what I wanted myself to believe. I was so stupid. But I think I understand now how it feels to be a ruler. When you don't live up to someone's selfish expectations, they blame it on you. They don't even think about what you might be going through.
What do you think that I should do about it?
Only one thing to do.
That's right. We go meet the provincial army and bring Gaho down once and for all.
What's that?
Please, we have nothing to do with this at all!
It appears that the provincial cavalries have arrived.
It's Gaho. I should have known this would happen. The provincial soldiers are going to burn down the town, with us and Shoko in it. Don't go! There are going to be specially picked provincial forces waiting to ambush us if we just rush straight into the town.
Seki is probably right about that. It'll be a while still before the fire gets to the town castle. I think we should observe them from here for the time being.
Are you saying that I should abandon the townspeople?
There is nothing more that we can do. For them. You'd be walking into their trap.
But if we decide to abandon them, we'll have to live with their blood on our hands forever.
If we don't go out there and help them now, everything we did will be for nothing and all of our efforts will be completely wasted.
Suzu, we can try to secure the West Garrison and let the townspeople escape to the outside. And if that doesn't work, we can go out there and bring as many of them as we can back here to the castle.
Okay then!
You've decided to go out there after all?
How could I not? When they put it that way, I really don't have much of a choice. It doesn't even matter if anyone praises me in the end. I could never forgive myself. If Kosho called me a coward, I'll leave the rest to you.
It's an ambush! What just happened to them?
Luck's on our side, huh?
Well, that wasn't too bad.
It's just like before when we attacked the town castle. I had a strange feeling there was something there helping us. The horses just kept falling down on their own. By all rights, we should have been ambushed, but they never fired a shot.
Decrease the number of soldiers outside the West Garrison by as many as you can. And when you've completed that assignment for me, there's somewhere important that I need you to go.
Understood. Seems to me you don't like killing people.
No. I try to avoid killing. If I don't need to, I won't.
I suppose there's no point to it if we can continue to diminish their numbers.
Being able to lower their morale should be more than enough to do that.
By the way, were you just talking to somebody there?
No.
His power seems inhuman.
Hurry up! We still have to open the U-gate, don't we?
The U-gate is opening! Go to the U-gate to escape! We'll transport all of the injured people to the castle!
Leave us alone! What do you think we are? People who just sit there and take it? I can't! Enough! Leave us alone!
Thank you so very much.
It's all right. So, is Shoko dead now?
He's been captured. Now he'll have to face the court.
Is there anything that we can do to help you?
Put out the fires and help people escape through the U-gate.
We can't run away now, can we?
Wait! Hold on, Yoshi! Did you know that someone had already been here to defeat these soldiers?
I didn't. We should hurry and help these people to escape.
Yeah.
No, wait. Looks like they're here already. I guess we'll have to make a stand right here. They brought unkyo, fortified carriages, made to lead the assault. They're going to attack the castle with them. We must do everything we can to stop them. Kosho! Huh? Use that weapon aggressively to stop the unkyo on the north side of the castle. That will slow them down quite a bit.
Okay, but what are we going to do about the south side?
Leave it to me!
Are you going to take them out with your bare hands?
More than just my bare hands.
A Hanju?
Sorry about that.
We have just received word from Meikaku. A rebellion has arisen in Meikaku at dawn today.
What was that? We must go there at once, with all the citizens rising against us. It will take too long for us to suppress Takuho.
We cannot ignore this. The rebels are escalating in numbers. Plus, looks like they're here.
Hey! Look to the sky in the west!
Those are dragon flags.
Those are the flags of a ruler.
What is the color of the banner?
Violet.
It's the Royal Army.
Yoko, is it really the Royal Army? Have they come here with the intent to attack us?
I thought I was the only one who had the authority to mobilize the Royal Army.
That means there's someone else connected to Gaho who is in Gyoten. Someone who's in the position to mobilize the army. The Royal Army is commanded by Daishiba, the Minister of Military Affairs. But I don't know if he could do this alone.
Daishiba is under Seikyo's direct command. And Seikyo, the former Chosai, is the only one who can give him orders to do something like that.
That's it then.
I don't understand. Why would the Chosai choose to mobilize the entire Royal Army for Gaho's benefit?
He's doing it for himself. Just like Gaho was using Shoko, the Chosai was using Gaho for his own underhanded reasons.
Then tell me, why did Seikyo seem to be opposed to Gaho?
Did he ever suggest punishing him?
No, he said there wasn't proof.
If he was using Gaho to do his dirty work, it was probably all an act. Were they the ones by any chance who suggested the dismissal of Kokon?
That's right. They claimed he was suspected of treason.
The Chosai must have really hated the Lord of Baku province because he was so well liked and admired by his people. And Shojuku, the school Kokon went to, was a thorn in his side. See, if you became fond of the Lord of Baku, then more people who studied at Shojuku would eventually serve in the government. It would be a serious matter if those people discovered the unlawful things they'd been doing during the absence of the ruler.
So then the one who ordered Shoko to abduct Enho is Seikyo.
Of course it is. Why else do you think that Gaho would care about some old school in another province?
Shoke, you're good at this sort of thing.
I know the way ministers think very well. I've seen quite a few of them.
Come on, open the gate already! We're the townspeople, now we become hostages to you rebels!
If you scoundrels hadn't started this whole thing, we wouldn't even be in this mess.
Let us go! We're not going to fight the Royal Army!
Hey! Enough of this already! Didn't you hate Shoko? Were you happy living under his tyranny? Is that why when the boy was run over in town by Shoko and then died, that no one did anything?
Listen, of course we all had strong hatred for Shoko, but we were left without any choice in the matter. If we didn't do exactly what he ordered, we couldn't survive. So we're real grateful that you defeated Shoko for us. But now that he's gone, you've left us with an even bigger demon on our hands! The Queen!
You're wrong. The Queen of K is not our enemy.
Then why is the Royal Army here?
The Queen must have ordered them to crush this rebellion in Takuho!
Yeah, he's right!
That's not true. The Queen didn't know anything about this. Everything was set up by Seikyo, who used to be the Chosai. He is the real demon who's been controlling Shoko and Gaho. The prophet that was squeezed out from Shisui went to the Wa province, then flowed to Seikyo. If Shoko's wrongdoing was revealed to the public, that would jeopardize Seikyo's position. That's why he dispatched the Royal Army.
But Shoke, how do you seem to know all of this?
The Royal Army is not acting on the Queen's orders. In fact, they will not be moving any closer towards us, because no one's allowed to mobilize the Royal Army except the ruler herself. It's just a threat to scare us.
What sort of proof do you have to support this? I'm sure that the Queen is in on this with Seikyo, and more than likely working together with Gaho and the others, too.
That's impossible!
You two sound as if you both know the Queen personally.
That's right.
We do know her.
Don't be ridiculous. How would young girls like you two ever have a chance to know the Queen?
You think that it's strange that someone like me would be acquainted with the Queen?
Of course! Why, who do you think you are?
My name is Shoke, daughter of Retsuo, the last king of Ho. That's who I think I am. Do you find it strange that the princess of a kingdom knows the ruler of another? If you doubt my identity, you can ask Geke, the lord of the K province of Ho. He'll verify who I am to all of you. Ask him if he knows Sansho, princess of the previous King Ho. My father perished, so I came here to K to see the queen. She sent me to report on the situation in Wa province. Her Majesty intends to use this rebellion as a trap to catch Seikyo and the whole corrupt lot of them.
Impossible.
Take a look.
This is what do you have there? The seal of a ruler. This is the seal of Queen Sai.
I served the mistress Suibikun of Mount Ha of the Kingdom of Sai. I have been given special permission by Queen Sai herself to visit Queen K in the Kingdom of K. If you don't believe me, you can contact Chokan Palace and see for yourself. If you doubt the ruler's seal, that is. Have faith in Queen K and wait just a little longer.
I'm certain that she will not let any of you down.
Seikyo. From now on, you will do as I say.
In the second year of Sekiraku, a group of rebels, the Shuon, rose against the town chief of Shisui. The tyranny of the town chief, Sekion, came to an end. The 12 Kingdoms, Episode 39, A Great Distance in the Wind, The Sky at Dawn, Final Chapter.